no. Okay, here is 7-28. And for some reason it says, given that x squared plus y squared is 1, simplify each of the following expressions. Well, if I do get any x squareds and y squareds, I'm going to try to make 1s out of them. But for this, I'm just going to get a common denominator at this point. So let's see. So this could be written as, if I use a common denominator of y, it would be 1 minus y squared all over y. And then, actually, if I go up here, 1 minus y squared, if I change this around, isn't 1 minus y squared equal to x squared? Like if I minus y squared from both sides? So your answer key has it written as x squared over y, but that's because if I minus y on both sides, x squared equals 1 minus y squared. This is probably getting you ready for using some Pythagorean identities. So this is the answer that they wanted for letter A. That's the simplified. Usually if they say simplify and it's two fractions getting added together, they want you to get the common denominator and make them into one fraction. So this one is x over y plus y over x. So I'm going to go ahead and do the common denominator thing, multiply this one by x over x, and multiply this by y over y to get the common denominator. So the common denominator is now y times x, or x times y. This is x squared. This is y squared. But then they told me that x squared plus y squared is 1, so I could just use this as 1. And then, so that's how they wanted me to do that one. They're being kind of specific about what they want here. And then C, it just gets a little more fun each time. So now we have x minus 1 over x. And we have y over x. So I'm going to do my favorite way. Wait, which way is my favorite way? I could multiply everything by x. That might be nice. Yep, I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by x. So, like, when I multiply this by x over 1, I'm going to have x squared. And then when I multiply this by x, I'm going to have 1. And then when I multiply this by x, I'm going to have y. And at first I thought that wasn't a good idea, but now I think it is a good idea, because x squared minus 1, well, I can, if I minus, it would be negative y though. But that's what they want. So like if I minus 1 on both sides of this up here, I'd have x squared minus 1 is negative y squared. And so I'm going to substitute this with negative y squared, but then one of these y's will cancel out, and that gives me just negative y. And so that's what they wanted for letter C. And then finally, letter D. Do I need more room for letter D? Maybe. Let's do letter D right here. Okay, so letter D is 1 over x minus x times y minus 1 over y. So, I don't know, I might want to FOIL that one out. I could just go like this times this would be x over y, and this times this would be negative y over x. Oh, thank you. Y. Okay, so let's see. This times this is y over x. Thank you so much. And this times this is negative 1 over xy. Not sure if this is the smartest way, but this is the way I thought of. So this times this is negative xy. Hoping for something good to happen here. And this times this would be a positive x over y. Did I do that right? So that didn't seem to get me much. But I can always do my little fraction. Oh, I probably should have just done common denominator here and common denominator there.
I did.
Is that what you did? Did it work out nice for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to just, now that I got this, I'm just going to do a common denominator of everything. So my common denominator here, I guess it's going to be x times y. So I'm going to multiply everything so that it has x times y as a common denominator. Well, this one just needs a y. So y times y, that's y squared. This one just needs nothing. This one, oh, I guess I got to put the minus 1. This one needs times xy and times xy. Well, that would be x squared, y squared. This one needs an x. Okay, so this y squared and this x squared, I can just make them be equal to 1 if I want to. So I think I'll do that, because then I'll have 1 minus 1, and that makes none. So then I'll have negative x squared y squared over xy. So if you didn't catch what happened, I took these two. Those are equal to 1. And then I combined them with this one. And then I realized they were 0, so I just left them all out. And then I was left with this little piece right here. And then I can cancel out an x and a y, and I end up with negative xy. Is it okay? Good times.